That
And
happens.
you know what the last man told me? He said, "You want me to stop a military officer?" And I shook my head. So it came to a head yesterday, apparently. When was this? Last weekend. A man in military uniform who believes that his uniform makes him superior to others, which he doesn't. And they usually come at the end of the day in a convoy. As he's coming, others in uniform will come in, including customs, prisons uniform, what do you call it? Civil defense, all of them driving one way. So this last man apparently wanted to do his job. He says here that the military officer who he first slighted by the way the last man officer accosted him. Okay, and it was gathered that the battered LASMA officials were subsequently taken to hospital. Of course, so he reportedly pounced on them. No, he went back to the barracks and brought soldiers to pounce on them, and they took the LASMA officials to the barracks and they dealt with them severely. They gave them what they described here as a thorough beating. You know, there's ordinary beating, but there's a thorough beating, left, right, and center. They give them, yes. And it says calm was later restored. Now look at this report. Look at the report. The Lagos State coordinator, Hassan Adekoya, confirmed the incident and said the issue has been amicably resolved. No! What do you mean amicably resolved? This is where we have problems in this country. How can the military man go, an officer, wearing an officer that we pay, go and get his whatever from the barracks to come and beat up an official doing his duty? They beat him thoroughly, like you said, and you now say it has been amicably resolved. No, the governor should demand that the soldiers in question should be adequately and thoroughly punished. It should stand up for his people, and it should stand up for us civilians. Uniform na cloth na tailor dey sew am. Why should you, because you wear a uniform, believe you are above every other person?
You can break the law and get away
with it.
You
can't do that. You can't do that. We expect the governor to stand up for his people. What do you mean amicably settled? Adekoya said everything is fine. Now, Mr. Adekoya, everything is not fine. This is what is ruining this country. Could I beat a last man officer up and take it, and I go and get the boys from University of Lagos, and you now tell me that the issue has been amicably resolved? No. You know, because what the officers even did, what they did was that at 5 p.m. on that day, they started raiding every last man officer on duty and beating them up. What kind of impunity is this? We want our governor to stand up. He should stand up and insist. He should insist that they should be identified and they should be punished. And some of our lawyers should go and get some of these last man officials, if they can identify one or two of them, and get them sued. It's enough of this nonsense. It's enough of this nonsense. We can't continue to live in a concrete jungle. Elections they've been done and gone in the interim. But we must have sanity in this country. And it says that because the invading soldiers claim that one of their bosses were arrested. And then so you now have the Commissioner for Transportation Oladeyinde warning the rest of us that incessant assaults of LASMA personnel. The commissioner says, while reacting to the incessant assaults on LASMA personnel, objected to the rate to treat personnel police officers and other uniform contravene the state traffic laws. The law is no respecter of anybody. Prove it. Make an example. Prove it. I've always said that there's a reluctance of this government to enforce the rule of law. The law doesn't identify uniform. If it's a police, whatever, and you know they are in the midst of operations, we could jolly well understand. And by the way, Mr. Frederick Oladeyinde, you cannot say you do not know about the abuse of sirens on Lagos roads now that constitute a menace. Every big man who can buy a some rich SUV, some expensive SUV, now buys a I don't want to use the word Hilux. What do they call them now? Now buys a truck in white and puts some strobe light on it and starts harassing everybody with these funny horns. For God's sake, let's have order in the state. Let us have order in the state. Let us have order in the state. We would like to call on. We want to see what the government is going to do about this. It cannot be business as usual. It cannot be. It cannot be. I'm sorry, Mr. Oladeyinde, and I'm sorry, Mr. Sanwo-Olu. You need to stand up, A, for your last mile officials. Those last mile officials don't belong to the state. They belong to us. These are our people. You cannot put their job at risk. So if a man in uniform is contravening traffic and driving in the opposite direction, we are going to wait until the day he knocks somebody down. I escaped death one day because there was one coming right in front of me. I didn't see him.
Yep.
And that's why I'm going to tell people, if you can afford to buy a car these days, for minimum price for a car is about, a good car is about between 7 and 8 million. Surely you can buy a camera to put in your car for days like this. I wonder what would have happened if I run into that military man on that day. He would then beat me up again for being on the right side of the road.
Yeah. That's what most likely will happen. For trying to prevent him to pass.
No. Fella said uniform na cloth na tailor yourself. If they can sue you, if we too can sue you. I mean, let's now stop joking about this and get down to the nitty gritty. This superior attitude that our military people do have, I thought it had gone long time with the military. 20-something years after democracy, we still find that happening.
Do you see this video that usually trends? I'm sorry we're dwelling too much on this, but this needs to be said.
It needs to be said.
This trending video of, I don't know whether to call them fresh graduates or something, of baby soldiers that will just go to the road, main road somewhere, and they just stop traffic for no reason.
Roll you in the mud. Yes.
No, they will just stop traffic, and cars will be on this side, cars will be on this side, and they will just be in the middle, doing nothing, and they will now be recording themselves and now put the video on social media.
No.
And I've never heard of any repercussion. I don't know why they do that. Someone once told me that it's a show of authority or something. I don't understand what the person was telling me, but I've seen like 3 different videos like that.
No, you see, the truth is this, Sheriff, and we need to be honest.
So I'm wondering what they teach.
No, it's not what they
train
teach. It's not the indiscipline. The indiscipline is the order of the day.
Is that what they're trying to show?
Do you need to wear a uniform to show that? The one where no wear uniform will show you. What did you do? You want me to expand it?
No.
It's
okay.
Indiscipline is the order of the day. People are just unruly. You don't need them to go. You are going too far. What about those who are not wearing uniform and are doing the same?
But we actually expected more of them. I mean, people always say that the military is like when you talk about the disciplined set of people, military will always come first.
There is no group of people.
The military will come first.
Even in our media, because when we point fingers, we also point at ourselves. Within the media, you don't get that much discipline anymore. The order of the day is in discipline. Set a question paper for me, and I will answer it here now. That you said the other one. Who please answer one? Who I would say it. But that one threw everybody into disarray. What happened? Nothing. Nothing. Indiscipline is the order of the day, Sheriff. And we all take it. We all, if it doesn't concern us, we move aside. If it concerns us, we go begging. Yes. Impunity is the order of the day. And the question is, who is now going to redeem us from? It's just like when I read the editorial about INEC. You can't be pointing fingers at INEC when the rest of the people are just as bad.
Oof.
If I set you a question paper now, can you give me 50 names of people who you think can head INEC? You will stop at number 3. You go looking for a razor and things like that.
I'll pick you.
Don't pick you. People will say, if you see the problem, if you pick me, they'll say, number 1 is a Yoruba man. Number 2, he comes from a Muslim family. Number 3, he's as dark as you. Number 4, we don't know which money you are sharing. But by the time you finish. Oh, dear me.
How can we start making our way back?
I don't see. I've come to terms with the country that I found myself. I wasn't born here, so my spirit was there. Why it landed between me, I just I don't understand.
But it shows you are the son of the soil, and you're not born here, but you're the son of the soil.
Well, yeah, because I heard your program this morning.
Yeah.
But you see, the honest to God truth is that I am gradually coming to terms, which everybody should do, with my environment. You know, and Nigeria is, to put it bluntly, is a failed state. We're very, very close to Haiti. No, I want to rule. What do you rule? We're very, very close to it. Look at what is happening in Sudan.
Yeah.
Between the president and his wife. I mean, look at what is happening. Each has forces, they are now fighting and so on and so forth. I hope Nigeria doesn't degenerate to that point.
I hope not.
But we are headed in that direction. We are headed in that direction. Back to this case of this last month case, Mr. Sanwo-Olu needs to test the waters on our behalf. He needs to test the waters on our behalf. He will put billboards thanking us for voting him in. Fair enough. He should now test the waters on our behalf. To say that this is the last time we'll have this kind of impunity, because it's last month today, you don't know who it will be tomorrow. In fact, I think I should look out to see if there's any green van.
Yeah, waiting somewhere. Let's take our last story. But to be honest, because they're cool.
You see, my very first day here, I did a recce. Yes, I know a back exit. You find me on the other streets.
What to do was Danny? Oh shit!
I better my local conto say whatever they say.
Well, let's take our last story.
This. I plead your indulgence. I want to talk about this.
This one, I think.
No, this one.
Okay, all right. Let's do this one.
This one. I'm in a fun mood.
Yeah, Quadry POS operator lavishes.
That's in the pond.
What am I seeing? Quadry POS lavishes 280 million naira received in error.
You know, when I saw this one, I couldn't but laugh. I said, "This is exactly what I talked about. African money making wise." Okay, so what happened? This POS operator, Alpha Rafiu, he was arrested on Monday in Ilorin. The Punch Metro gathered that the suspect, he has become a suspect now. Alpha Nitele is not a suspect. He's a resident of the Akuji compound, wherever that is. According to sources, Rafiu went on a spending spree after he received alerts in batches some weeks back. This thing happens to a lot of you. You think you can get away with it. What are we talking
free
about?
Money.
The bank mistakenly credited him. Are you with me?
Yeah.
This bank mistakenly credited him. But instead of him to draw the attention of the bank to go to them that, Mr. Igbaji, that's my own banking officer, Mr. Igbaji, I've been wrongly credited. He went on a spending spree. What did he spend the money on? CEO, Rafiu. He bought houses, he bought cars, and even sponsored people to lesser Hajj.
What? What? What?
And they said that although he was generous to several people in the community, some residents were surprised about his sudden wealth as a POS operator.
And they
say that's in our environment, we don't ask questions. And so, but you know the way the banking system goes, the auditors came much later. Well, after he had sent people to Mecca, bought houses, the auditors now went and said, Ari, we have credited this. And then law enforcement agents they went after Rafiu and then moved him to Lagos. And it's a plus. Alagmoklo said that they carried out investigation. There's no investigation now. The bank already knew that. But you know, police, they like to boast a bit. The PRO said his arrest was carried out by the First Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department. There's no intelligence there. He was wrongly credited. There's nothing to investigate. But at least he's been arrested, and I think he would now have his day in court. So all the people he bought houses for, what's going to happen?
Really? They're going to repossess all of those things, definitely. The one they cannot
That's
get.
your I saw you with him. I had to say this morning you were from Quadry.
They will repossess the houses, but they cannot repossess the lesser Hajj. They cannot repossess.
They can repossess. Would they ask those who went on? No, they can't. They didn't know now.
Yeah.
They didn't
Well,
know.
can they be arrested for being accomplices?
Well, if you didn't know, I was sat down quietly and the man said I should come go to Lagos.
But it's the same thing for whoever buys a fairly
stolen
used,
vehicle.
a fairly used phone, for instance, and the phone was
You have
stolen.
a point.
Yeah.
So if somebody does you a favor now, you have to ask and say that
Hey, Joe.
Ibo let you know. So
You just say, give me my money. Give
the
me my
people
money.
who bought me that Alexa speaker, come and declare your assets. So they bought me speaker for my birthday.
It can be accessed. Let's go. We have to go. Dear Bumi is next at 9.
Yes, with Fancy Nancy.
Fantastic. Let's go now, Lagos. We're back with the news at the top of the hour. Thank you for joining us.
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired are fired. It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not a